I mean, it's a good show.
How's it going?
I'm fine. How are you?
Pretty good.
How's your Comic-Con going?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, you?
It's all right. It's been long, but can't complain.
Okay,
So what's going on with this season of Supernatural? Can you give us a clue?
sure. But it's going to be the same clue that everybody else gives you. Well, I think at the beginning of the season, we really do pick up exactly where we left off, which is everyone is on the hunt for Michael, so that we can somehow free Dean from his thrall. We're all just working hard and rolling up our sleeves. And Jack is impaired, and Cass is trying to coddle him through that experience of losing powers and what that's like, because he has wisdom in that department. There you go.
Do you think Cass feels better about himself now that he's with Jack and able to mentor him? Cass is always getting down on himself.
Well, I think that Cass often feels ineffectual and like he's let other people down, and he definitely often feels unworthy and doesn't demonstrate a lot of self-love. But I think, interestingly, watching Jack do the same thing may allow Cass to feel like he is a little bit more a part of the family and like he has a place, because he's telling Jack things that he should have been hearing all along. Like, he's telling Jack things he should have been saying to himself. But I would imagine that Cass has to have enough empathy to understand that these things that he's saying to Jack apply to him as well. So in a weird way, I think that Jax might be helping Cass feel like he belongs in a way. And that's not on the page, but I'm sort of extrapolating. Yeah.
I know episode 200 hasn't been that long ago, but what are your wishes for episode 300?
Well, I am not in charge. That's not my department. But I think I had a brief conversation with Andrew about episode 300 recently. And it's something that's already in the works. It's an episode that we'll be shooting in October. And I think it has to be kind of special and kind of different, a little epic, probably somewhat meta. But I'm not going to give away any more than that.
So thinking in that Supernatural is a universe that has so many years, but also have so many monsters and creatures, which one do you like to see in this, if you have to choose? Is any that you like the writers put on the show?
Other monsters?
Yeah, or anything, like any creature.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I had this idea for a story that I thought would be fun, but it would be something about mass mind control. I think that could be an interesting thing to play with. I also think there are so many cool monsters that we've interacted with in the past that could be fun to revisit. I like that now, increasingly on the show, we meet monsters who aren't necessarily evil, that we don't have to kill. You know, I like the idea of maybe bringing more monsters into the fray that are monsters or supernatural characters that end up being collaborators rather than enemies.
It's too close, right?
No.
Okay.
All right.
So when Sam has lost Dean before,
Yes.
once he shut down, once he went self-destructive, obsessed to get him,
Yeah.
what side of Sam are we going to see finding Dean this time?
I think we're going to see a much more responsible, level-headed. Oddly, I think Sam knows he specifically has insight into what's going on because Sam's been possessed by Lucifer, so Sam's been possessed by an archangel. He has some knowledge. He and Cass uniquely almost have some knowledge of what that's like. Also, Sam has another responsibility of he's got however many Apocalypse World hunters living in the bunker. And those Apocalypse World hunters want to kill Michael because Michael destroyed their planet. They don't necessarily want to save Dean. They'd love to save Dean, but they're not. Sam is their de facto leader, I suppose, because now they're in Sam's world and they're in Sam's bunker. But these guys want to kill the guy that killed their families, you know. Whereas Sam has to be very level-headed and like, okay, methodical. He's very much older and wiser than he used to be. I wish the same could be said about Jared, but I'm just kidding. I feel like we see a cool, methodical, thoughtful side to Sam. He's very stressed out, no time to shave, but he's still going to do whatever it takes to try and get his brother back.
All right, you spoke of this already. The fact that you, as well, Sam and Cass have both been possessed by an archangel, and there was a lot of emotional consequences.
Yeah.
Well, now we have Dean. What do you feel like that the emotional consequences that he's going to have to deal with might be?
I feel like, knowing Dean, how we all know Dean for many years, he is less likely to open up and talk about it and deal with it properly, you know, or try and deal with it properly. But like, it's fine, carry on. So I feel like we're going to see, if and when we get Dean back, which I assume, I'm hoping is going to happen because I know he's still on the show. But I can foresee Sam really wanting him to talk about it and open up, and Dean not wanting to talk about it and open up. Whatever happens with Michael, we're still going to have other stuff going on that we have to deal with. So I feel like Dean's going to be very much ignoring what he just went through.
But not least.
All right, what's happening?
So I know you are so busy juggling your family, acting, directing, and your new endeavor, the beer making. How are you doing all that, and what is sort of keeping you focused on Supernatural while you're doing everything else?
I have a lot of help. My wife does a lot of the heavy lifting at home. My brother-in-law manages the brewery, and I'm able to just kind of focus on what I focus on every year, and that's Supernatural. And getting back home to see my children so that they remember who their father is.
Now, the show's been going on for a while, obviously, and I feel like you guys are pros at ACOMPANHE. Like, to the point where we call Sunday Supernatural Sunday.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe it's not just because we've interviewed you on Sunday for the past 5 years.
Right.
But just, I guess, like, weigh in on kind of where you feel like this show has taken the fandom and kind of what you're excited for as you guys head into a new season.
Well, yeah, I think this is my 13th Comic-Con. And we started out in like the little room, and it just kind of got bigger and bigger, and next thing we know we were
Now
Hall
you have
H.
the day.
Now we got the day. It's humbling, it's inspiring, it's fun, it's unique. There's just really nothing like it, and to have the support of the fans and to get that kind of feedback, and to get to sit around with you guys who you know care enough to know the show and ask the good questions. And you know, I don't know what it's going to be like to get on a brand new show and be like, so tell us about this new show. You know, I think that it's the kind of pats on the back that I think we all long for. So thank you guys for sticking around for the Sunday and having great questions and true inquiry about the show, because it just kind of gives us fuel for the next year. And we enjoy it. We still love it. You know, we wouldn't be here if we didn't truly love still telling these stories, playing these characters, having these these character relationships, and then also our personal relationships with each other. I mean, we are truly a friendly bunch, and I know a lot of people say that on other shows, like, oh, the crew and we're such a family. It's like, no, like I've literally watched children of our crew grow up and are now like on our show, and it's a special place, and it's not lost on us.
Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you
guys.
so much.
So like AA.
You tell us.
What?
Looking at you the other day, I was like, what is that? You look so different in real life.
I do? Oh.
Just handsome on TV.
You're saying I look worse. I get it. Thank you.
What you can tell us? What you can tell us?
Nothing. Can't say anything. We're going to see Jack deal with the loss of his powers. It's going to be a big thing for him. Also seeing all of our characters deal with new roles as well. Sam is going to be more of a taskmaster, dealing with all these new apocalypse people. Jack has to deal with loss of his powers, and Castiel is going to have to be more of a hunter. And Dean is obviously not himself right now. He's dealing with a lot. Yeah.
Do you think that Jack is feeling better about himself now that he made his decision to go with Team Free Will Family, gave the goodbye to his father Lucifer?
Yeah.
He's battling with good versus evil.
I think our characters are always kind of dealing with that a little bit. With the what is good, what is bad. He's definitely accepted him being like he's a Winchester. But there's always conflict. It's never that easy on the show. No one ever gets to take a break. It's always struggle after struggle.
One of the things I think so many of us really love about Jack is his refreshing sense of innocence in this world where everybody's kind of cynical.
Yeah.
Is he going to lose that, or do you think that he's going to really keep that?
I think towards the end of last season, we actually saw him get a little jaded. I hope he keeps it though, because I really like that about the character as well, is that I get to experience all these things for the first time, and Jack has this refreshing optimism. But I think anybody in the supernatural universe, as you go along, something's going to happen. But I hope Jack retains a lot of it.
How it's for you to join a supernatural family that is basically a show with a huge fan base?
Massive fan base. It's been so cool. This whole weekend, I don't know about for you guys, but you just get to meet and interact with so many, genuine people that just love the show, and that it's meant so much to them. So to just be able for me to be a part of that has been crazy. Yeah.
Welcome to the family.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Oh yeah. Thanks guys.
Thank you.